Oh, hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? Alright, YouTube, so this is Papa Goat coming at you with my ABC deck profile for the current 2020 format. I know we're in the middle of quarantine right now. I get that, but at the same time, you got to be able to enjoy the little things, and in that case, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! This channel is all about Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to bring you like deck profiles, pack openings, anything you want to see, Papa Goat will do. So first I'm going to bring with you my ABC deck list. It's probably my favorite deck ever, next to White Swarms, but ABC will always hold a very special spot in the heart, and is probably the reason why I'm still playing this game, because I think this deck is still really, really good, even with all the good decks that are out, like Elvish and Emancipator. If you want to take a break from all that lame stuff, pick up ABC, because this deck is crazy, and I'm going to show you why. So to start off with the deck list, we play 2 copies of A Assault Core. You don't need to maximize on the ABC pieces anymore. Like, to show you, I play 3 copies of B. He's the only one you have to really max out on. 2 copies of Crush Rival. The only reason why you don't max out on pieces no more is because ABC Dragon Buster is at 1. If Dragon Buster was at multiple copies, then you would definitely max out on all 3. But since it's not, you're only playing 2 of A and C since they are the weaker ones. But Buster Drake is the one that access your combo a lot easier than everything else, so you had to max out on 3 copies of those. And then to continue the deck, we play 2 copies of Union Driver. What Union Driver does for the deck is crazy. It basically reads, when this card is equipped, you can banish it and then equip an appropriate Union monster to a machine monster you control, and yeah, it does, and that's it. You don't even have the restriction of where you can't special summon it, so in another video, I'll show you the combo tutorial. You basically equip with Union Hanger to the B, and you equip this to it, and then Union Driver just access your plays a lot easier. And it's a 1-card combo. I'll show you in the profile video, or in the combo video when we get to it. Next, we play 3 copies of Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy Soldier fixes your hand with dead pieces. If you open up multiples and they're just not doing it for you, Galaxy Soldier will definitely just get the job done for you. Makes your Infinity combo live. It also helps like with your first turn boards, like sets up that Infinity so that way it plays around Nibiru. Once you set that up, you have an negate, and when they go to Nibiru, because that Nibiru really hurts this deck a lot, so you want to set up a negate as soon as possible. Galaxy Soldier just helps you get that a lot faster. Speaking of ways to make your first negate, we play 3 copies of Parallel Exceed. This card is crazy in this deck. Basically what it does is when you link summon a monster, basically when you go into Union Carry at the beginning of your combo, you special summon it from your hand to the zone that it's pointing to, and then you special summon another copy of it from the deck, and then they both become level 4. So you use this, you make Rafflesia, and Rafflesia sets up your Gravedigger trap hole to play around Nibiru or any other Floodgate trap hole like you wanted to play. But Parallel Exceed is really, really good. And yeah, so you have to play 3 of those. For 1-ups, we play 1 copy of Heavy Mech Support Armor. This basically just states that if you go to the grind game, if you end up being stuck in the grind game and you have this, you're in a really good spot. It summons a piece from the graveyard. You can even summon the Union Driver if you want, if it ends up there. And then you just make more link plays. It's really, really good. 1 copy of Photon Orbital. This searches your Galaxy Soldier, and you can equip this with Union Hanger. It's part of, or not Union Hanger, Union Carrier, and that's part of the combo. Again, I'll show you when I do a combo tutorial on it. And for starters, you play 2 copies of Photon Thrasher. This is the last monster I'm playing in the deck. The only reason I'm playing Photon Thrasher in the deck over the gadgets is because if you play the gadgets and one of those gadgets were to get Ghost Ogred, or if it was to get hit with like an effect failure or an impermanence, then your turn basically just ends. There's really not much you can do after that. The gadgets are really not that good. It relies on your normal summon, and we want to have as much consistency as possible. I played the gadgets in ABC for a very long time, so I had to get rid of them. It wasn't the easiest thing to do, but I'm glad they're gone. Photon Thrasher is just much easier, and you can search for it by playing Rhoda. And you only need 2 because it bricks with 3. Sure, you can discard for Soldier, and you can just have a discard for Buster, but 2 is fine. That's it for the monsters. 20 monsters in the main deck. For the spell lineup, we play 3 copies of Union Hanger. Everyone should know what this does. If not, basically it searches you a piece and equips a Union monster from the deck to a monster you control. So, gotta love Union Hanger for that. The reason this deck is still alive. Honestly, the deck would probably be dead if this card went to 1 instead of Dragon Buster, but since it's at 3, we still gotta play it. 3 copies of Unauthorized Reactivation. This card is crazy. It's also one of the reasons why it's still playable. It's basically the same thing as Union Hanger. It equips a machine monster, or not a machine monster, but a Union monster to a machine monster you control. And it's really good because if someone targets your stuff, you can activate this and it'll equip like a piece. So say like they lightning storm you, activate reactivation, you send a B, and then it makes your monster unaffected by spell effects, so lightning storm won't be able to destroy that monster. That's just an example. It's not always going to happen, but when it does, it's tight. 3 copies of Called by the Grave. Again, it's a combo deck. You want to make sure that you're getting your combo off, and if you're not getting the combo off, then you're probably losing. 2 copies of Pot of Desires. Just extra consistency is great, which is why we're also playing 1 copy of Upstart. And then for more 1-ofs, we play 1 Foolish. This is in case you open up the heavy mech support, you send a piece, and then you normal summon the heavy mech, and you summon the piece from the grave, and then you just extend it to your league plays like that. And if you're missing a piece, the Foolish helps in general too. Terraforming to search out your Union Hanger, and Rhoda to search out your Photon Thrasher. And the last spell we play in the deck is Monster Reborn. You don't need to play Monster Reborn. I was debating on throwing in a 3rd copy of C for Monster Reborn, but if you're forced to go second, then Monster Reborn could be really, really useful. Much more than a copy of C could, but I threw it back in. I was testing without it, but I ended up just thinking like maybe we're better with it in the main deck. For traps, we play very few. For Rafflesia, like since we're playing it, we play 1 copy of Gravedigger's Trap Hole, and we play 1 copy of Floodgate Trap Hole. So you could probably double up on Gravedigger's Trap Hole if you want. I just wanted to have a little bit more variety. So I think Floodgate's really good too, because say you're going up against Salamangreat, and then they normal summon their Foxy, or they summon anything, or like the debug even, you floodgate them, and then their turn basically just ends if they're not good enough to extend much further. But Floodgate Trap Hole does really come in clutch, and it's really good. Like if you draw this and then you still have this in the deck, or vice versa, you draw this, this is still in the deck. Either way, really good. And then the last 3 traps we play, this is the only hand trap I'm technically playing. 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. It's just the most versatile, doesn't lose to Call by the Grave, and if you're forced to go second, this card is crazy. And yeah, that's it. And we're playing Infinity, so it's kind of cool to have Infinite Impermanence on the card because it has Infinity, so why not? For the extra deck, we played a 40 card main deck, so now a 15 card extra deck. We play the 1 copy Dragon Buster. If there was more than one of these, definitely play it, but since we can't, only 1. We play 1 copy of Union Carrier. This card is crazy. Also one of the reasons why we get to keep playing this deck. Love it. Don't know what I would do without it. So this is controversial. You could technically play IP Masquerena if you want, but lately I've been liking Platinum Gadget. It just really extends your hands a lot better than Masquerena does turn 1. Sure, like you can set up with Masquerena for the next turn, like play during your opponent's turn if you want, but I think Platinum Gadget is just a little bit better on certain occasions. We then play Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Unicorn just for like generic removal. And then we play 1 copy of Trisbana. This is because we've been seeing a lot of trap decks going around with Eldritch, and then Multi-Figure just went to 3, so we're probably going to be seeing a lot more Altergeist too. This card's really, really crazy. It just banishes everything, and then you're in a really good spot after that happens. So controversial, you don't really need to play this. It's Access Code Talker. I'm playing it just because I have it. If I may be honest, I don't really need to go into a rank 4, or not a rank 4, a link 4 that much. But if I do go into a link 4, it's probably going to be Borrelsword Dragon. Borrelsword Dragon just assures that you're winning the game. Access Code Talker could also be like a real game ender if you play it correctly. But you don't need it. It's just there, like I said, because I have it, and it really does help in the grind game. We play 1 copy of Rafflesia. Like I said, you set a Parallel Exceed into Rafflesia. and then Rafflesia makes your trap holes live, and then it stops your opponent when you're trying to combo. They try to Nibiru you, send Gravediggers through Rafflesia, boom, and your combo is going to go off most likely. One copy of Dweller, it's just versatile, rank 4. One copy of Emerald for the late game. Like I said, we're playing middle ABC pieces, so being able to recycle them through Emerald is very key. It really helps your grind game a lot if you end up going into it. In case you go second, Exciton Knight. I really do like Exciton Knight in this deck. I have had a few instances where I've had to go second. I would bait out one of the back rows and then just make an Exciton Knight, and then their board would be gone, and then you're really in a good spot after that. And then the last 60s we play in the deck, we play one copy of Tornado Dragon. Tornado Dragon, probably like just a flex spot in the deck. Like you could play anything else. I think this was just like my 15th card. I just threw in Tornado Dragon for, like, again, more rogue, more like trap heavy decks. But you don't need to play this. And then the last two cards I played in the extra deck were Nova and Infinity. Again, sets up your first turn board, and it just assures that you're going to have your combo go off turn 1 once you set this up. But yeah, guys, so that's the deck profile. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm not going to be showing side decks because I haven't been going to any localized play yet. I've just been playing online. There are a few shops that have been reopening though, so maybe in the future I will go back. But it really just depends on like my work schedule, and then like if I really want to go. I do really like the community. I think the community has been really good at like coming together during these hard times. But meanwhile, we always have Yu-Gi-Oh! We're always going to have it. So other than that, that's it. And let me know what you guys want to see on this channel. I know this is like just a rough draft of like what I have to come for this YouTube channel. And let me know if you like the deck, if there's anything that you think I should fix or anything that I should get rid of. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I really hope this is a good first guide and it gives you something to play other than like the real decks that are out there. It's a really good like sleeper deck, this format, and you should definitely not take it for granted. Other than that, this has been Papa Goat. Thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you all in the next one.